Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools channel, and today we're going to talk about needle nose pliers. These things are lifesavers, especially to truckers. Truckers, what do truckers need needle nose pliers for? Well, stick around and I'll show you guys right after this. Okay guys, this is a needle nose plier, also called a long nose plier, and it's one of the most versatile, flexible tools that you can have in your tool arsenal or tool belt. Why do I say that? Well, everybody uses these, even in industries that you think they don't. Think of jewelry makers, think of engineers, think of IT professionals, think of truck drivers, and we'll get into how truck drivers use this tool in a minute, okay? And you'll say to yourself, well, I need to go out there and get one of these myself because of all the various applications that you can use this little tool for. So if you look at the contour of the tool, it tapers off into a very sharp, small point on the end right here. And that helps you with getting into tight, small spaces. And if you open up the jaws here, you'll see that the metal itself is textured. That allows you to grip materials even more readily as well, okay? And if you look in this section right here, this is where you can snip wire or cut different materials. So it's like a little scissor built into the jaws right here, okay? So let's say you got a spool of wire and you need to cut some off, right? This is some 14 gauge wire. Place it in the snipping section and cut. So there you have a piece of wire there. You can also use this snipping section to strip the wire as well. So you want to place the wire inside the snipping section like that. And you want to squeeze just hard enough to penetrate the insulation, but not hard enough to cut the wire itself. And then you just twist. And then just pull the excess off. And there you go. And if you're going to put the wire on the terminal, just take the tip of the needle nose and twist it around like that, so you can hook this onto a terminal if you need to. Okay guys, now that you got the basics of how to use a needle nose plier, let me show you how it comes in pretty handy in the trucking trade. Okay guys, if you're wondering what these are the airlines that you find on the back of most commercial trucks. And as you can see, the tractor supplies air through these lines all the way to the trailer, okay? So let's hook this up. So the red line is the airline for the trailer's emergency brake. The blue line is the airline for the trailer's service brake, and the green line is for the electrical on the trailer, okay? That's the electrical line. So let's hook these up. Now on the trailer, these are called glad hands, okay? These are called glad hands. Now the blue line connects to this glad hand on the left. That's why it's painted blue. The red line is always connected to the glad hand on the right, and the electrical line always plugs into this socket right here on the trailer. want to make sure this right here is back far enough so that this part can cover it like that, so that it won't pull out. So once we connect our electrical line, we want to make sure that all the lights on the trailer work. So let's go ahead and turn the key. You don't have to turn the truck all the way on, but just enough so the lights can come on. Then you want to turn on the auxiliary lights and go ahead and press the emergency lights. So even though we turned on the lights in the truck, the trailer lights are not working. As you can tell, you don't see anything shining, no lights. So there are several problems. So in cases like this, it can be a bad electrical line. Sometimes these lines, they slip out of the socket here and they fall down into the drive shaft and they get frayed. For example, there's some electrical tape on this line here, you know, because it got frayed, right? And if you don't have an extra electrical line laying around, but you have some electrical tape, you can wrap up the damaged area like I did right here and plug it in, and if it still works, you can go on about your way. It can also be the wiring in the trailer itself. Sometimes the wiring in these trailers or chassis can go bad as well because of short circuits and so forth. But believe it or not, most of the time it's a fuse, okay? And that's where these handy needle nose pliers come into play. Okay, so where do you find the fuses? Well, in some trucks, you can actually find the fuses right by the brakes, right in this section right here, right? Right over here somewhere, you'll find them. But in this particular truck, the fuses are under the hood. So let's open this hood up. So we got to undo these hood latches right here to open the hood. And there's one on each side of the truck. Ever seen a big rig engine, guys? Well, that's what it looks like. So let's get to the fuse box. Okay guys, now this is the fuse box area right here. And like I said, this can be inside the truck as well, by the brake area where the brakes are, or it can even be on the dashboard on the passenger side area. I've seen that as well. So we need to find which fuse is responsible for the trailer lights. Fortunately, since I know this truck, I can tell you that it's the green one right here. But the thing about these fuses is they're very hard to get out with your fingers. And that's where these needle nose pliers, or long nose pliers, whatever you want to call them, come in really handy. So let's go ahead and pull that out. See how easy it came out with the needle nose? If I were trying to pull it out with my fingers, it wouldn't be a pretty sight. So let's see if this fuse is good or not. Let's hold it up to the sunlight and see what's going on. Yeah, it's the fuse. Can you tell? So just for the sake of comparison, I put the two fuses together, the damaged one and the new one. The one on the right is brand new, of course, you can tell that. And the one on the left, you can see how the filament inside is broken and it's burnt. So that's how you can tell if a fuse is bad or not. All right, let's put the brand new fuse in and see what happens. So, as you can see, needle nose pliers are not just for electricians. Anybody can use them. They are that versatile. Ask any tradesman or DIY person. They'll tell you that this tool is essential to have in your tool arsenal. Guys, if you learned something today about this tool, or if you like what you saw, hey, maybe you learned something about trucking. Hit that like and subscribe button, share the content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.